What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Not a Sheep podcast. My name is Matt. I'm here with my guy, John or Narwhal.
What's up, guys?
And today we're joined by Drew Famous. What's going on, bro?
Woo! Yeah. What's up?
Yeah, thanks so much for coming on. What's been going on with music for you?
I'm trying to make the best album that I possibly can. I'm basically there, but I don't know. I'm taking it slow. Not slow, but I'm trying to perfect everything. So I have a billion songs, but we just chose a couple of them the other day. Not a couple of them, a lot more than a couple. But, I don't know. I'm really trying to finish this album. I've been working on this album called Head High since a couple months before I made Extendo. And then I made Extendo, and then I kept working on it. And now it's been a year, and I'm still
Has it been on a hold, or you just haven't really have you kind of been working on it the whole time, or did you put it aside for a while?
I'm really picky with this shit. I've made a ton of songs that could really go anywhere, but only a select few I'm willing to put on this project because the other ones don't sound I'm trying to do a complete 180 again. I don't know, Extendo was very unique for me. So I'm trying to do something that's unique again. I'm not trying to do the same thing again. So if I have a song that sounds like Extendo, it doesn't fit on this at all. If I have a song that sounds, you know what I'm saying? So it's not that I don't have a lot of stuff to choose from. I do, but I'm really picky with the way that this stuff sounds for this specific body of work. So I don't know. It's taken a while to come to fruition because I'm trying to be so perfect with it. And I found some new producers to work with and whatnot that actually match the style that I'm going for. So things have come together a lot more. We're almost there.
Yeah. Sure. So Extendo was a project where I think it was 9 songs and it was just all raps, right? No hooks, just raps. Mm-hmm. Does that mean we should expect more structured songs for this album, more full produced? You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know. Extendo was really weird. I didn't even do background vocals for that project at all. Literally the entire thing is just one audio track from start to finish. So it was literally just I don't know, I kind of wanted to get some shit off my chest, I feel in a way. And I did it, and then when it was done, I was damn, this is actually fire. So I wanted to put it out, but it wasn't really necessarily made to be I didn't think that was going to be my album or my EP or whatever. I didn't really have any plans of that going anywhere.
Yeah.
Versus this is I don't know, everything I'm being mad meticulous with oh, should I say this word this way or should I say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's definitely a significantly different process than Extendo was, but in the same way, the words are the most important part. So that the main basis doesn't change, but everything around it has to kind of come up a little bit, if that makes sense.
What kind of made you want to try all these different kind of styles with Extendo, and then you said you're basically doing a 180 again. What is it, do you feel that makes you want to just try all these different techniques and ways of just expressing yourself?
I don't know. I get bored easy, and also when I made Yearbook in 800, I kind of got in this groove. I was working with Anthony a ton, so we had this sound. And then when I started trying to branch out from there, everybody just wanted to put me back in that sound. Everybody would send me Anthony type beats or you know what, shit like that, and I'm I'm not going to you for this. I'm trying to do something different.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt I was kind of just that quick, energetic, I don't know. I don't know. I didn't want to get boxed in. So I tried to on the MIA joint, I tried to fully structure some songs but I wasn't really feeling my life at the moment, so I didn't really like put it out there in any sort of like, I don't know, I didn't drop a single for it. I had like 4 different songs on there that I loved that could have been like real singles. I didn't even put a single out. I just put the whole thing out like one day type shit. But I don't know, like I didn't want to get boxed in, and I want to do something different each time, because I don't know, if you want to hear something that I've done already, you can listen to that. Like there's no reason to do it again. I don't know. You've heard it before. Like I don't think it's like a new sentiment at all, but it's one that I definitely realized for myself.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not even like intentionally. It's not like people are trying to box you in. It's kind of just like you feel like sometimes you get to this point where it's like, oh shit, I'm almost here. Like I'm almost at this point where people think that I'm this certain way, and you don't really want to portray that anymore. And that's kind of like a scary spot to be in, because I felt that way with like videos where it's like, oh, every video I edit, they think I have this style.
Yeah.
It's like, what if I don't want to do that anymore?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. So it's just like, I don't know, and it keeps it interesting too. Like I've been doing this for like a long time as like a real, I don't know, like hobby, whatever. Like some shit. I've done it since I was like 15, 16. I've been making albums and putting them out. So like at this point, I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to just make another boring, like simple ass album that you like. I don't know, when you press play, I don't want you to expect what's gonna happen. Like at this point, because I don't know, I've kind of done that and seen how that works. And
have you ever done the new like kind of upload techniques where it's like, oh, like drop just a bunch of singles consistently, or do you prefer much more of like full projects?
I said I was gonna do that a couple times, and I tried to do it.
What happened?
Then I was like, oh fuck, this is what I want my album to sound like. And then I would make an album. And then so like I know that's probably the way to success. I've had that conversation plenty of times with lots of people. But I think the thing that really got me into music was like albums, like from front to start, like, or front to end. It's kind of like a movie in your head. Like, I don't know, like I've never been the kid that like wanted to shuffle my songs or anything like that. Like I've always just wanted to go and listen to like a full like idea. So the second that I was able to do that, was my whole goal the whole time, was to like make a like start to finish like whatever, you know, like a little world for you to go in.
Finished concept that has a beginning and an end.
Yeah, so like I never really was that stressed about like, I don't know, I knew I had songs, like I had great songs, but I was like more so looking at songs as like, oh, I would love to hear this song after this song, instead of like, I would love for people to hear this song. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
And I think it's like a different way that I looked at it, and it could have helped or hurt my career or whatever, but I think the fact that I've kind of stayed true to my like original like reasoning of wanting to make music is kind of it's just part of me, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And if you have like a big story you want to tell, it's kind of impossible sometimes to do that with just
3
singles.
minutes of a song.
Yeah. And like if you knew you went into it for a certain reason because that's what you love about it, it makes sense to like continue doing the part of music that you love the most, which is like full projects.
Yeah, exactly. I think like I tried it with I had this like Why You Fucking With Me song. I feel like I put some other singles out around there.
Yeah,
but then
wait, is that the one you showed me just the other day?
Yeah, that was the one I was playing.
Yeah, the other day Matt was playing the Why You Fucking With Me, and I'd never heard it before, and I've been listening to that for the last like 2 weeks.
I did that one. I did a song called Blinded by the Light around that time. And to be honest with you, I did both of those songs, and I was about to start dropping singles, and that's when I started working on this album. And that's when I got like really, because I kind of found like a little niche with like like I found what sound I wanted to like explore more. And so I didn't want to put it out anymore. And so that's when I like, I don't know, man. I don't make the best decisions all the time, probably, but like everything works out in the end. Everything comes full circle for sure. So like it'll make sense at some point, but I don't know. I want to drop singles. I have a ton of singles I could drop. I might drop them someday. I might do that route, but right now I'm definitely really focused on like, you know, like the full vision, the full body.
Yeah. Going back to Extendo, I'm assuming, did that come together pretty quickly? And also, wasn't a lot of the production done by Levi?
Yeah, I did Extendo within like a couple days.
Like it was super quick.
Like literally, like it wasn't more than a week. And yeah, Levi just sent me to be honest with you, he sent me like a pack of beats, like a zip folder. And every single thing from Extendo except for Beam was from that pack.
Wow.
Beam was a song that I did like the week before. It was a Levi song, and he sent it to me and asked for a verse, and I said sure, and I recorded the verse. And that was just in my like on my desktop, and I don't even think I ever sent him that back or anything. Like I just had kind of did it. And then he sent me all these beats that sounded just like that.
So were you like, hey, can I put this on Extendo?
I think he actually asked to put Beam on Extendo. I don't think like I think we definitely came to the decision together, but I think because I made like Extendo, like I don't know, I definitely wasn't feeling good in my head at the time. Like I think some shit was happening like around me. So I literally just like basically just sat down and like on each of those beats I just like started and I just went and then I stopped it. And then I went to the next one. And then I sent him those like 7, 8, like all of them were just like quick ideas. Like I didn't want to put a chorus on anything. I didn't want anything like that. I literally just like was jotting down like my verse, like how and exactly how I felt. And he was like, it was kind of his idea to do the project, I feel like, to be honest, in hindsight. Like he kind of like helped me like
format it and see what it could look like as a project.
Yeah, like because it was all just like, it's not like anything changed after I sent it to him other than like the mixes, but like it was literally just like what it is, like a minute long song, like a couple minute long songs that were just like me not feeling well. And he was like, yo, like it's an idea, it's a full idea, like and so I formatted it and all of that. But Beam was the first one that I did because that wasn't like for Extendo necessarily. I did that literally just a couple days before he sent me all those beats. And I think I just asked for like weird beats. I think that's why that happened, like, honestly.
Yeah.
And it's not what I was expecting for sure.
Yeah. Isn't it just like so cool that like one of the coolest parts about music to me is just the fact that like there could be a song that takes someone 4 minutes to make and it could be an amazing song. And then there's a song that someone could be working on for like 7 years and they just can't get it how they want. And one day they get it and release it. And I'm like, both of those are like equally awesome. That like you can have because sometimes like the power, like the beauty of a song comes from the fact that it was just like from the heart, like right then and there. And if you would have done that over the course of a month, it wouldn't even have been the same song.
Yeah.
I don't know.
100%. Bro, I love that because I'm kind of like looking at both sides of that coin. Literally. Like I feel like, I don't know, you can do it and then you can take a long time and try and do something else. And all of it is just coming from like a different part of you, and it's probably coming towards a different part of the listener as well. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, that shit that's just like straight up like how would I describe it? Like a therapy session type shit. That's not for everybody. Like, I don't know. That's like a certain type of music I like to listen to. People really pouring their fucking hearts out. And not everybody can listen to that shit all the time. So like that's a totally, you know, like you gotta play both sides of it.
Yeah.
For sure.
A lot of my favorite songs are just super depressing, like fucked up songs kind of. And like I love them because they make me like reflect on life and feel good. And then I play them for like my sister in the car and she's like, can we not listen to something so fucking depressing? But like, no, I think you're right that some of those songs, it could be an amazing song, but there's certain times where it's just not for certain people.
Yeah.
And you have to know that going in. Like a lot of people aren't going to want to listen to this, but
exactly. You just I think you gotta know your audience. That's something that that slowly but surely you gotta figure out.
Who is your audience, would you say?
I don't know. I like to think people like myself, which is just fairly average folks that are, you know what I'm saying? They're trying to figure it out. You know, but I don't know, man. That's been a conversation. Trust me on that one. That's been a significant conversation. I don't know. We'll see. I'm not going to answer that quite yet, but we'll see.
Okay.
We'll see with the next one. We'll see where the next one hits.
Yeah.
That's the big. That's what it's all lying on right now for me.
Yeah. So this is kind of a lot of things have been leading up to this upcoming project. Has it been hard for you to just be working on something that's so important for a while, for like a year now, and not be able? I would just, as an artist, that'd be so hard for me just to not share a lot of the cool stuff that I'm working on and have the patience to just wait on it.
I don't know. I mean, I'm in a weird part of my not career, but like for one of like the first times ever, I feel like all of my like actual like legitimate like friends that are like with me like in real life are all fucking with what's going on right now. And that's usually not happening. Like usually like it's not like my homies are haters, but like usually it's just like, I don't know, like we're on different shit and I'll be like, yo, like listen to what I'm working on. Like, oh, that's cool. It's different now. Like everybody is like, they get the idea that I'm going for. They get, you know what I'm saying? So like regardless of if they make music or not, but like I feel like everybody that's in my close circle for once is like actually on board with what I'm doing. So like it doesn't really make it that hard to hold on to because like my real friends know what's going on. And like, I don't know, like I feel like I have songs from this album that are like circulating like around like my, you know what I'm saying? So like, the ones that are like really with me, they know what's going on and they're like in the loop.
It's like, do you feel like that respect from kind of like your peers or like your friends, does that kind of like reinforce that you're like kind of working on what you should be like doing the right thing and that you know it's good because like these people you respect and they're fucking with it?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's like, it's different for sure. I think it's part of growing up too. I think it's part of like being like, for the first time, I'm really like a man and I'm surrounded by like a lot of other like grown ass like man type shit. You know what I'm saying? So like everybody's like focused on what's gonna get them to where they want to be. So like, I don't know, forever it's been like, oh, he raps, like that's cool. But like, I don't know, I feel like people see that like we can really do it this time. So like it's different, like for sure. And it's like a different type of like I don't know, the people that you surround yourself with for sure will help like get you in different areas and like push you to be a different person. So I think that helps too, for real.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's like, even though you haven't dropped the project yet, it's like it kind of has been released with your friends and you're seeing how it's like, you're seeing how it's affecting them. So I'm sure it gives you a good idea of what the response will be when you actually put it out.
Bro, I played it for the first time with 48th Street, who's like my homie that produced like a bulk of it. I don't know, he produced probably like 4 or 5 songs, but I played it like in order and he hadn't heard the rest of it. And it was like the best feeling, for real. Like it was just like, all right, like bet, like we're definitely on the right track. Like, let's keep going. But like, you know, like, I don't know. It was way different. Like I ain't never had somebody begging me to pour money into a project and begging me to like like put it on like billboards type shit. You know what I'm saying? I've never been someone that's pushed something, but like I feel like everybody around me knows that like it's finally time to do that. So I don't know.
There's a certain type of inspiration that comes when like you feel like people don't really get what you're doing or like don't think you're gonna make it or whatever. But then there's like a whole different type of inspiration and like motivation that comes when those same people like actually now are kind of like on board and realize they're like, oh shit, like you're really fucking good at this, or like whatever the case is. Then you get a whole different wave because you're like, wow, like everyone thinks that I should fucking do this. You know what I'm saying?
Facts. It's like it's kind of like full circle. Like, I don't know. I think just the way that everything's progressed over the last couple of years, like, I think, I don't know. Everything kind of leads up to whatever comes next and like whatever it is. So it's kind of on me to decide what to put there. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I've had conversations with like, I don't know, like one of my best friends, Cole, who we grew up together. Like he shot like Lord Be With Us, like that cover. So like forever, like, and he like lives with me type shit.
Yeah.
So like we had a conversation like a couple years ago. He was like, what the hell are you gonna do now? Like you're out of high school. The high school rapper has graduated. Like I had yearbook and that was like my thing. Like that's what people knew me for. I was like the kid that was in high school. And I was like, facts, like, what am I going to talk about? What is in my way? What's going on? And like we figured it out, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm finally like a grown man ready to like get on his own too and like show the world what's going on. So I don't know. It's definitely like a different position to be in, but it's cool and it feels good. I feel better than I've ever felt before, and that's
great considering COVID for the last year. I feel like not many people can say that they've felt the best they've felt in a while.
Yeah.
It's interesting how every artist kind of gets to a certain point where you feel like you really have to figure out and decide like, what story am I trying to tell? Like, not only who am I as a person, but like you said, when you graduated high school, then you reach like a point where you're like, all right, so like, what am I trying to do with this? Like, what am I trying to tell other than just rapping? Like,
other than like, what's the actual sound? It's like, what message do you want to say?
Yeah. And
that's
I feel like
the most important part.
Yeah. And that's
honestly
a tough part for a lot of people. I feel like they don't know what that message is that they're trying to send. And do you feel like you've kind of like, you've now figured that out?
Definitely to a degree. I don't think you'll ever figure it out like fully, but I've definitely, I don't know. I kind of got like a mantra going, if that makes sense. Like I know, like, I don't know. I don't want to say it, but like, yeah, like I think I figured it out for real.
Yeah.
Like to a much higher degree than beforehand, for sure.
Another artist that I feel like has kind of just released a project that, like you said, this upcoming project is something that's been led up to for a while now, and there's a lot been building up to it. And I feel like Caleb Mitchell also recently dropped a really big project, and we talked to him the other week. And what was it like working with Caleb? Because you guys have known each other for a long time, right?
I've known Caleb since like I was like 16.
That's so crazy.
Something like that. And I think I was the last verse on that album.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but literally, I don't know. We have a group chat. We've been in a group chat for like since we were kids. Like me, Anthony, Kevin Hackett,
Anthony
Darnell,
being 1995.
Yeah, 1995. Darnell Watts, Enzo, RJ, Acleso. People be like going in and out of it, but like the main like when we were young, it was me, Anthony, Caleb, and Kev. Kyle's in it too. Shit, I forgot Kyle. But yeah, so like I don't know, we all be sending our shit back and forth like all the time, like for years. So like I don't know, I literally like that's the group that made that album. Like to be honest with you, like who else produced on there? Obed produced on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a couple more names, but like for the majority, like that group chat like made Caleb's album type shit. So like, I've seen like that like come full like
full circle
from like you know what I'm saying? Like from like the demos to like Anthony just sending like open beats and being like, yo, y'all fuck with this, and Caleb being like, let me have this for my album. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
To like it being fully like mastered, like going from side to side in my headphones or in my car or whatever. Shit's pretty crazy. Like, I don't know. It's definitely really cool. I'm extremely proud of them because they've worked hard as fuck. And everything is definitely like worth the wait. Cause like, I don't know, bro. They really be going crazy. Like, yeah, that album is phenomenal. Literally, like front to back, like that whole thing is crazy. So
I feel like all you guys in that group have had just a lot of patience with it. Like everyone a lot of those guys you just rattled off that have been there since you were like fucking 16, 17. Like it's been a while, but that you guys have been like really
growing
just
together,
patient and growing together. And it must be cool to have a whole squad that's actually still all
on the
doing
same
it,
page,
you know?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like Levi Henson, I was like, still am like best friends with, like, but like, there's like a couple other people from like back when I was like a kid that like, you know what I'm saying? That like are still in it and still going. And it's really like, it's really awesome for real. Like that you still get to like always bounce ideas off like the first people you bounce ideas off of.
Yeah.
As well as like, you get to see these things come full circle because just, you know what I'm saying? Like you get to see like the project come out or like something chart or like, you know what I'm saying? Like people be getting accolades now. Like it's different than when we were kids, and it's really crazy like to think of like, I don't know, bro, if you told like 15, 16-year-old Drew what was going to not even make me like shrug at all, you know what I'm saying? Like I that shit would have been crazy like back in the day. Like I don't know, just think about like the conversations that you're around and like all of that shit. Like it is definitely pretty cool, and the fact that like it's all the same people that you were like kind of like fantasizing about this shit with, you know, like it's definitely awesome. Like,
one of the things we talked to Caleb about was like how in all three of his last projects you're featured on them. Like you guys are all featured on like Kevin's album. It's sort of like with all you guys like reoccurring characters showing up in like different movies, and it's like it almost creates like a cool like universe, I guess you could say, between like your music, Kevin's music, Caleb's music, Levi's music, because you keep seeing these names pop up, and like as a fan you know that all these guys are friends and like working together, but it just creates like a cool listening experience.
Yeah, that's cool. Like I don't know, it's literally all natural, and like I don't know, I don't think a single like we all want to be on everybody's project. Like we all want to like I sent Kevin a song the other day, and he was like, "Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. It's just missing one thing." And I was like, "What is it missing? You?" He's like, "Yes, it's missing me, but I want to do something different than I've ever done on boot." You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, it's that type of energy that's like literally like I don't know,
infectious.
you don't get that. Yeah, you don't get that type of energy from like everybody, and like especially when you've just been doing this since you were like children. Like it's like it's real love. Like it's real like that type of shit is like I don't know. Other people don't get those types of collaborations because they don't really like each other. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're not really friendly with each other. Like so they don't really know what each other's wanting and shit. Like you know?
I feel like it's probably really important to have some sort of relationship with the person that you're making a song with. And I assume the better you know that person, the better the song's going to be. And there's times where I hear features on songs and I'm like, they're both super talented, but it just feels like
it doesn't feel real. Like you know that they might not actually even know each other.
Yeah, and I don't know what that feeling is of why I can feel that it's somewhat like inauthentic, but you can just kind of tell sometimes, you know?
Yeah, nah, for sure. Absolutely. I definitely know what you're talking about.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a dumb question, but I know on all your albums you have this like listed as like the label, and like I know I hear you say it all the time, but like circa 2K. Is that something you started? Is that just like something you like to say, or is that like, I'm assuming it's because you were born in 2000?
Yeah, so I thought it was really cool when I was younger. I have like a business title, like, because when I turned 18, my dad helped me like get like an LLC so I could file taxes because I was making money and shit. And I was spending money, so I wanted to balance it out. It don't really mean that much. I wanted it to be something when I was like younger, and then as I got older, I'm like, damn, I wish I wasn't putting my birth year out there everywhere. So like, I don't know, but yeah, it's literally just that. I thought it would be cool to have. To be honest with you, when I was like 15, I was like, I'm gonna have like 5 rappers and we're all gonna be born in 2000 and we're gonna be crazy. And then I was like, that's the dumbest idea. Like, I don't know. So that was the idea at one point.
You meet a really good friend who's like a really good rapper, but he's born in 2001.
I'm like, sorry, bro. Yeah. That's funny. Yeah, it didn't work out.
I feel like every artist, when they first start out, or at least every rapper, like they really want that, like they want a group, you know, they want to get some sort of like rap group experience.
I've been in some rap groups for sure.
Yeah.
What's the experience like of actually kind of being in one, like rather than just having a group of friends that all make music? What's it like when you actually identify yourselves as like a label, as a group? I feel like it would get weird.
It falls apart. And I don't know, bro. I was like basically a part of like we had this thing called OIF when we were like young, which is like our internet friends. It was me, Levi, Kevin. There's a couple other people involved in it too, but like
it just got
weird. We were kind of going. No, we were going up, but then like it was just a weird like. I don't even know how it fell apart, to be honest. It wasn't nothing personal at all. It was just like, it just didn't work. It didn't work. Like, maybe we had like colliding. Bro, I would be honest. I was so young. I can't even remember why it didn't work, to be honest with you. But I definitely know that it didn't work.
Yeah, I feel like you need it. Like everyone needs to be. I feel like everyone probably needs to be more mature in order. For like a group like that
we
to
just
work.
weren't on our bullshit, like, because we had like a group PayPal, but I don't know who has access to that type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we like went through the steps to like, yo, we all gonna set this band camp up. We gonna eat together. We gonna make blah 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 blah. But then like it never actually happened.
Yeah.
And then it was also just like it was a group chat, and we were all children, and so like people would just be like offending each other, and it would just.
Yeah, it seems like a really complicated thing to do when you're but particularly when you're young.
Yeah. And if you just look at the history of like bands or like groups, like they just don't stay together. Like that's just kind of how it is. It's sad.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Rip Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Just the other couple
sucks.
weeks ago.
That just happened.
Yeah.
They blew up.
Yeah, well, what about like the LMFAO guys? They were there for like
they're
2
uncles.
years.
They're uncles and cousins.
They're like related?
They're definitely related. Yeah. One of them is the other one's uncle.
What?
Look it up.
That's so weird. I wonder why they broke up then.
Aren't the Offset and Takeoff related?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know about that one.
I've heard they're like.
I mean, they both have the same name almost. They both have off in their name. So that's like a surname. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite song you've ever made? Does one song ever just like stand out where you're like, if a person was to ever listen to my music, like this song is the best one?
Like the one you're most proud of, production wise or process wise.
Damn.
What are you looking at?
You gotta look for it through your catalog.
Damn. I don't know. I think Break the Law is really good.
Okay.
Break the Law?
Yeah.
Swim
Okay. Yeah.
Off of 800 Dash. I think that was like my favorite song for a long time. I think Brick is fucking awesome.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think Missile and Peace. I have like a full version of Peace. And I really wanted to put it out, and I don't think that I will anymore because now I'm in like a different zone. But that song, like the full version of it, because like it has like the hook on there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that shit is hard.
What about your
Let me
features?
see.
Is there a feature
My
verse
best
you've ever
feature?
done that you're like really proud of?
Probably. I've done a lot of features.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I'm sorry, bro. I'm trying to think.
No,
I know I have a song on there. I have a song somewhere that I love.
We can get back to it if you want.
I have a song called I will say I have a song called Back in the Days on my new album.
And
that I've been like, it's gone like through like multiple versions because I'm trying to figure out how to make it work on this album because the first version didn't sound, you know what I'm saying? But that's my favorite verse I've ever written. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. My favorite verse feature, I don't know, dude. Can you like list them off? Do we know
there's
them? They're
three
probably
with
just
Caleb,
the ones,
right? Or
my
there's
favorite
four
one
with
that I did
Caleb.
with Caleb, not out yet. But
Not out yet.
But
Watch Out.
yeah, probably. That one
Okay.
was pretty fire. That was pretty good. I mean, get right to it because that was like the start of something. Like I did that verse and then we started making like a lot of music after that. Like that was like different type shit. But not necessarily because I like that verse that much, just because like I feel like that was like a start of like a
moment.
Collaborative thing. I really like the verse. Sorry, I like the verse that I had on Levi's song, "Bitch I'm Up."
Yeah.
That'll be the answer that I have right now because
Okay.
I really that verse was I fucked with that verse.
I love
a lot.
that song.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I wanted to know, how do you go about titling your songs? Because some people have just like there's very different titling techniques.
Well,
like,
especially if it's a song with no hook, you know, it's like picking that one word or that one phrase to kind of title it, you know?
Yeah.
Because if
so
there's
like,
a hook, you can just take whatever that word
I'm
is.
really like, yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. I think it depends on the project. I think titles are really, really, really important though, because that's like after the artwork, you just get to see what they look like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have to catch your eye.
Yeah.
So for like, I don't know, for Extendo, everything on there, I wanted it to be violent of some sort.
Yeah.
Or like, so not necessarily like violent, but yeah, violent. Like, I don't know, everything like.
They're strong words.
They're strong words.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, exactly. Like,
even like the title Extendo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I necessarily would go about titling songs, but I will say sometimes I'm like, yo, this song has to be called this and it has to be here because that means something to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then other times I've made a whole 5-minute song and I'm like, I'm gonna just call it like Rabbit. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it kind of just like it kind of just depends. And I think a lot of it has to do with like the project that it's in. Like I could change the title of a song just based off of where I'm putting it in an album because it might just like not look right there.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't know. I think that shit is weird, but it definitely has to be strong words. That's one thing that I've learned. Like titles are important, so they have to be like worthwhile.
Yeah, and there's like a super different styles. There's the people who it's like all caps, one word or something, and then there's like
some people do no caps at all.
Yeah, it's all
like,
lowercase and it's like a full sentence. It's like I crashed my dad's car last weekend. And he's really mad, and like that's one song. And you know, like when I click on that, I know already just from the title,
like what kind of vibe,
what
it's gonna
kind
be.
of style it's gonna be, which. That just shows like I don't even make music, but I can just tell
there's a
certain
you need to
style
put
to
some thought
titling.
into that. And some people will write it like a gamer tag where they'll like the grammar's all off and there's like Z's and stuff.
Yeah. Well, and it's probably fun for you guys as artists to get to
experiment with
it kind of gives you the ability to like tell the listener what they're kind of supposed to feel before they even listen to it. Does that make sense? Like if you see a title, you're kind of like, as the artist, you can put into that title like the emotion you kind of want the song to go for in a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Or we're just overthinking this
Yeah,
like
maybe
a lot.
it's not that deep.
I don't know. Like I said, like that's the first thing that you see. Like after the artwork, that's the first thing that you see. So it definitely has to be like, it has to strike you for sure.
Yeah.
Like, it has to like catch your attention to some degree.
Well, I have to say, you're the 800 dash hoodie, or is that the
It's
hoodie?
the t-shirt I got. Yeah. With
yeah.
Kevin's cover on it.
Yeah, he wears it all the time. It's dope.
Kevin went crazy.
Dude,
Kevin went
Kevin's
crazy.
a beast.
Yeah, shout out to
Kevin is a beast.
Well, do you have any general idea on when this upcoming project might be released, or is it just
when it's done?
When it's done, it's done.
I wanted it to be out, like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I know that it'll be done really soon.
Yeah.
But I don't like actually like finally done pretty soon.
Yeah.
Like I'm kind of like I don't want to say it, but at the same time, I'm giving myself like a couple months, like literally to be like.
Okay.
So I don't know.
Sometime by the end of the year, maybe.
I want it to be out this year for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But like I don't know. It also like depends if like I could get money for it or you know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that happens for it. So I don't know. If I put it out myself, then I'm positive it'll be out this year. But I don't know how I'm gonna go out about doing all of that yet. So.
Yeah, don't say a date. You might pull a Kevin and not drop it on that date.
Oh, Kevin dropped a date?
No, he didn't drop a date, but he said by the end of the year he was dropping his EP.
He said it on our podcast, and then it never ended up happening.
What an idiot. Oh my gosh, what a fool.
But hey man, thanks for coming on and talking to us about your stuff. And
absolutely, thank you for having me.
Yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm glad Matt told me about your music, and I've got to really like go back and listen to your last few projects. So I'm excited for this.
Yeah,
upcoming
see the new
one.
direction.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. Like, I appreciate it more than you could ever know. I'll tell you that right now for sure. Like, it means a lot. So,
what are your social medias where people can find you? Like, if they want to check you out on Spotify and everything, what do they search?
Drew Famous. 2 words. Drew Famous.
How'd you go? I'm curious.
And then if you want to,
how'd you get the famous? What did that come from?
So when I was younger, like in like high school, like freshman year of high school, I was rapping, but I didn't really have like a rap name type shit. Like, I was just like, and I was also like the new kid at school. I had like a situation, and then I went to a new school when I was in high school. So people didn't know my last name type shit. So I was just Drew.
Yeah.
And I was going to class. I remember it like literally specifically. I was going up the stairs, and all the kids that played, it was after lunch, and all the football kids were standing by the trophy case, and they like formed like a barrier and was like, rap. And I was like, I don't want to rap. And then one of them started banging on the glass door for like a beat.
Yeah.
And so I rapped. I did like a verse that I had in my head. And everyone went fucking crazy, right? Like literally like nuts. And then my homie, LaRon, this is shout out LaRon Morrison. He's the one who named me because he was like, yo, this kid Drew gonna be famous. This kid Drew's gonna be famous. And I literally just was like, I created like a Twitter, and I just put my name as Drew Famous.
That's hilarious.
And like, it just, then like when I started releasing music, it just like stuck. But it's a dumbass name. It's really stupid. And and like people ask me like if it means something, like if it's like a statement on like
I'm famous or I'm gonna be famous.
Like, it literally doesn't mean shit. Like, I think it's catchy though, for sure. Like, but I have really no aspirations of being widely famous, to be honest with you. Like, I'm a pretty like reserved person. Like, I'm not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not like some like,
you're not trying to be
I want to be in the sunlight and the star. You know what I'm saying? Like, But that's how that name came about. That is exactly how that happened.
Damn, wait, so did you think these guys were gonna like try and humiliate you, or were they like,
oh
cool?
No, it was just like I was like friends with some of them.
Oh, okay.
But like, yeah, but like they literally formed like a barrier and was like rap, and I couldn't say no. Yeah. And then I remember after they all started going crazy, we had like officers in the school. And they came like jolting down the hallway because they thought we were fighting.
Oh.
Like the resource officer like came like running down like after we had all dispersed, and he like thought there was like a fight going on because everybody was so loud. I was like, nah, bro.
Like, nah, I'm just rapping, bro. That's hilarious.
Yeah, that's exactly how that happened. I swear to God, I did not cap a single word of that shit. Every single word I just said was factual information.
That's dope.
I thought that you were gonna say that like I thought you were about to describe like a coming of age high school movie where they like pin a guy in a corner and like humiliate him.
Nah, it was all love. It was all love. But I was just like, I don't know. I'm not the type of dude to like rap in front. Like I don't know. I've always been like shy. Like I feel like to a degree. So like it was just like they literally fucking like cornered me and was like, nah, you gotta rap right now. Yeah. I remember that shit. But that's exactly where that name came from.
I saw a tweet and it said like, you know, it said something along the lines of like, you're the worst type of person if you have a friend that can rap and you just basically say rap right now. Like that apparently rappers hate that when people just like force them to freestyle or something.
Yeah, there's like a big thing of like when you meet someone and they find out you rap, they're like, oh, do it now then, like on the spot.
Yeah, go rap.
Yeah. But that's cool that like, because I'd be surprised if I was a new kid at high school. I don't know. I feel like I would have just a lot of social anxiety and be like really nervous.
Absolutely. I just knew like, I don't know. I knew a couple of the kids. It was like a lot more than I knew, but like a couple, you know what I'm saying? I like knew some of them. Like I had classes.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, fine. Like for real. But like, that's
super sick, dude.
That's like the first time I ever rapped in person, like in front of people either. But like I had like, I had these songs out called Cash Stacks and Cheddar.
Oh,
those were the two songs that were making rounds in the halls.
That's hilarious.
With my friend Cullen, we had like a rap group because I was like, when I started rapping, I was like not trying to rap by myself because I was like I have to have somebody else with me so I don't look like a fool by myself.
Yeah.
So yeah, but.
That's cool that the first time you ever rapped in front of people was like a really positive response. And I'd be curious, like
if
I wonder,
wasn't, like,
yeah, if that went really poorly or like if you didn't do well and they like made fun of you or something, I wonder if that would have impacted you or just like there's probably other, maybe not you, but there's probably kids where if they did it for their first time and it didn't go well, they like might never make music again.
Yeah, you know? Might be scarred from rap music.
Yeah, damn. I didn't really look at it. I've never looked at that side of the coin, but you know,
yeah.
If you know, I don't know, man. Everybody has a path. Everybody follows their path.
Yeah, I feel you. Hey, well, thanks for coming on, bro. This was super cool.
Yeah, we appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Sorry, say it one more time. What's your social media where people can follow you?
Drew is famous.
All right.
That's what I use on the internet. But if you just search Drew Famous on the internet as well, I'm sure that I will also pop up.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, hey, man, we're hyped for the upcoming project. Thanks again for talking with us. And guys, if you have any artists that you think, you know, deserve some more recognition that you want us to interview, let us know in the comments or on Instagram at NAS Podcast. There you go. Matt, where can they follow you?
You can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at @theMattMog.
You guys can follow me at Hey Narwhal on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Go follow Drew. Go stream his music. And with that being said, we'll see you guys next week. Peace.